What do you proudly do wrong? I like to use the phrase kill one bird with two stones. Make sure that bird is good and dead before ya focus on any other birds. Use the contraction it's out of context. Like if I'm looking for something and I find it there, it's double quote. Q. Who is responsible for this? A. They are. Not really proudly, but I feel like this fits here. I intentionally suck at my job. I work in a store where we have a high focus on sales stats like items per customer, average sale, and I'm the best. I also work the most. As a result, we've been crushing the other stores in our area since we started up a few months ago. My boss recently FK'd me out of some sick leave money and refused to remedy the situation. So I'm pretending like times are hard and he's panicking because our sales stats suck in the most important month of the year and we're the worst in our region because I was carrying everything and now I'm not anymore. It feels good. Store's already lost more money from me being average than he would have had to pay me to make me happy. Wonder if he'll catch on soon. Doesn't matter to me anyway. I'm hourly so I get the same pay anyway. Don't FCK with your best employee. I call my son's electronics every name but what they are. Usually I call the iPad a Kindle, but yesterday I called it an iKindle and he looked like he died on the inside. It wouldn't be so hilarious if he didn't take it so seriously. AWW. Thanks for the gold. I don't ask people for pieces of paper. I ask them for slices of paper. I can get behind this one. I use pictures, descriptions, and sometimes even accounts of football games without the NFL's consent. I don't please listen to the entire message before making your selection. I keep pressing 0 until a human comes on the line. I say we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Nice mixing of metaphors. Cross that bridge, burn your bridges. It has mouth appeal and makes only about 25% of the folks listening go, what did you say? Non-traditional food for breakfast. Look. If I have leftover nachos, then I am having leftover nachos for breakfast. Edit. God damn it. First, it doesn't have to be nachos. Nachos is just a placeholder for any non-traditional breakfast food. Many of you cleverly deduce this on your own, though. And secondly, if you make homemade nachos, then everything but the chips is leftover. The chips can be fresh for leftover nachos. But I am not opposed to eating cold leftover nachos with soggy chips either, because I am an adult and I'll eat whatever the FCK I want. Mom. Sorry. That was 100% inappropriate. Edit number 2. Secondly, when accompanying the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, on the piano, I deliberately transpose the key down to make the vocal range more comfortable and high notes more possible for the majority of singers. Didn't Adam Neely do a video about this? And how the American national anthem has a range that's slightly larger than most untrained singers. An octave and a half or something. And 2 high notes. Making it generally very awkward. I get in my car head first instead of putting my feet in first. Everyone makes fun of me for it. But it seems right to me. When people sneeze, I tell them congratulations instead of bless you. Everyone I tell does a double take and asks me why. I had a professor in college who said it. And I asked him why. He told me that in ancient Rome people would say congratulations to a sneeze because they believed you were ejecting a disease from your body. IDK if that's true or not, but it's fun to say. One day in high school my friends had a rabid debate over the pronunciation of caramel candy. One said caramel and the other caramel. They asked me to mediate the disagreement and I have been pronouncing it caramel ever since. Apparently tie my shoes. I had no idea until my sew pointed it out. I use 2 bunny ears and tie them together. I tried doing it the other way but it's just not as easy. I would really have to go out of my way to relearn how to tie my shoes and I don't feel like doing that. So I just own it now. The one thing that is annoying about my method is that it causes the laces to sit more diagonally and not straight across. Oh well. Edit. Glad to see I'm not alone. Edit 2. Tried the ear knot. Not going great. Will update if I get it down. Update. I got the ear knot down. Just had to slow it down to see what was happening. Edit 3. First time getting gold, so that's really exciting. Thank you. I tried doing it the other way, but it's just not as easy. I would really have to go out of my way to relearn how to tie my shoes, and I don't feel like doing that. So I just own it now. The one thing that is annoying about my method is that it causes the laces to sit more diagonally and not straight across. Oh well. Edit. Glad to see I'm not alone. Edit 2. Tried the ear knot. Not going great. Will update if I get it down. Update. I got the ear knot down. Just had to slow it down to see what was happening. Edit 3. First time getting gold, so that's really exciting. Thank you. I put cans and jars on the top shelf so my sew can't reach them. That way I get to both take them down and open them for her. It makes me appear more manly than I really am. I write the letter S from the bottom upward. I drink water into my mouth before taking a pill. I'll never understand how the vast majority of people are okay putting a dry pill into their mouth. It tastes terrible and sticks to your tongue. Instead of pouring my microwave popcorn out of the bag and into a bowl, I cut off the side of the bag. This way I can put my hand in the bag without getting a buttery mess. But also I don't have to dirty a bowl. My parents have these decorative blocks that spell no, ya know. 'Tis the season and all. Anytime during the holidays when we visit, my brother or I will rearrange them to spell Leon. So there's just a wonderful Christmas tradition of holiday cheer and family and food and this dude named Leon. Edit. This is by far my favorite subtle, low effort Christmas tradition, and I am beyond thrilled that so many of you do the same thing. I'm an editor in the US. When I'm not at work, I use the spelling gray. It suits the color's personality better. Screw you, Webster. Edit. Holy shit. Never knew so many others were this kind of nerdy. Love it. I like to use the phrase tomato in text form, and also pronounce them the same verbally. I'll eat cereal without any milk. The first few times, it was just because my sew was out of milk. Now, I do it because she finds it genuinely perplexing. Edit. So begins the great cereal debate of 2017. RIP inbox. My boyfriend starts showers wrong. He says his mom taught him to get in the tub, turn the water on where it's running through the bath faucet, wait for it to get hot, then pull the knob that makes it go through the shower head. So every time I hear him curse because it's cold water hitting his feet, I asked why he doesn't just turn the water on, pull the knob so it heats up through the shower head, then get in when it's an adequate temperature, like my mom taught me and how I feel the right ways. But he continues to curse at cold water every morning. I made my username when I was around 7 years old. It was supposed to be Aunt Pearl, but since I was 7 I spelled it wrong. And now if I spell it right it's just not me anymore. So I spell it wrong on purpose with all the accounts I create. I like wearing mismatched socks. FCK the system. Edit. Apparently, a lot of people just go by thickness. And many more have discovered the ultimate sock secret and are wearing them inside out. Wear yoga pants under my jeans. Guys aren't supposed to wear yoga pants. Don't care. I want something under my jeans on a cold day. Edit. Change the word. I like to think I've got pretty decent grammar skills, but I consciously end sentences with prepositions all the time. From formal emails to executives at my company to shitposting on Reddit. You can bet I'll find a preposition to end a sentence with. I rarely do up my shoelaces. I just slip them on and tighten up my laces every once in a while. I only tie my laces once right after I buy a pair of shoes. Who has time to tie them every day? Boots and nicer shoes exempt. Just sneakers. I let my coffee cool down to room temperature before I drink it. I can't drink hot liquids. My mom would put an ice cube in coffee or soups. Drives my dad insane. I don't know if this counts, but a lot of people have commented on how weird it is that I absolutely cannot drink throughout my meal, but that I have to completely finish my food first before drinking. I eat burgers and sandwiches in a circular pattern. Get the overly bready part out of the way so the remaining 75% of the burger or sandwich has a proper, enjoyable bread meat ratio. My week starts on Mondays. I don't care what any calendar says. Dry off while I'm still in the shower. Why am I going to get anything else wet for no reason? I like to misspell words when I'm texting my close friends. It started out as a joke that I couldn't spell, and now I do it on purpose to piss them off. I eat pizza from crust to front. Had this habit since I can remember. Whenever I eat, I save the best for last and eat my least favorite part first. With pizza I like the crust the least. My browser window is not always fully maximized. I leave a small space on the left that shows a little bit of the desktop background. My friends think it's weird, but I don't care. I peel bananas from the butt end because it's just easier to grab onto. When I eat Pop-Tarts, I always eat the sides first, then the top bottom edges before eating the center with all the icing. I pretty much do the same thing with sandwiches and Kit Kats, but people are usually shocked I eat the worst part of the Pop-Tart first when it's actually my favorite. Spell damn it. The correct spelling is damn it for some reason. It makes no sense at all. And sounds like something in 1849 a gold miner might toothlessly gum at a barren rock face in frustration after coming up dry for the 100th time. When I say damn it, I'm saying damn this thing. Like it's a curse. Not I want to block the flow of water here. Damn it. According to the girlfriend, the way I wash my cast iron. No. Babe. You don't use soap. I don't care what your mother from Texas says. Ab says no. I don't do it too regularly now. But when I have ice cream at home, I like to put a bunch of it in a bowl and then just stir it up. Just keep stirring and stirring until it's really smooth and a little melty, and it is absolutely amazing. If I don't do that, I put my ice cream in a mug and then add milk. I love ice cream and milk. Edit. My brother and sisters have spoken. It seems like I'm not as wrong as I thought. I open buy potato chips bags from the bottom for two reasons. The crumbs and the flavor get redistributed all over the bigger pieces of chips when you flip the bag. And when you actually get to the bottom, you find the big undamaged chips covered in seasoning. Not the useless crumbs. Whenever the congregation at church sings Battle Hymn of the Republic, I always switch the words to an old camp song set to the same tune about sleeping naked. Since everyone else is singing the right words, no one can tell I'm not. The words are, I wear my pink pajamas in the summer when it's hot, and I wear my flannel nightie in the winter when it's not, oh, and sometime in the springtime, oh, and sometimes in the fall I jump between the sheets with nothing on at all. Glory glory hallelujah glory glory, what's it to ya? Balmy breezes blowing through ya with nothing on at all. Not me. But my husband always says, does the Pope tea in the woods? Whenever I ask him a question with an obvious answer. I have always worn my watch on my dominant hand. I don't understand why it's supposed to go on the opposite hand. I eat the entire apple excluding the stem. Do you have any children? Me. Female. Not that I know of. I rarely if ever use my right pinky when typing. Not me. My boyfriend always says sandwich instead of sandwich. He says he used to say it like that when he was little and no one ever corrected him, so it just stuck. I know it's not a huge deal, but it drives me crazy. I take the slightly slower route side streets to work if it is the most direct route and I don't have to change lanes constantly and take right turns at huge intersections. I get very anxious when I drive, and I moved to a big city a year ago and I hate it. Too many cars. Too many people. Not enough awareness on the road. Yesterday I gave directions to a friend so we could drive somewhere and he says I would never go this way. This is stupid. Double quote. I told him it's because the large intersection a block away is always backed up at this time and this way is technically faster. But whatever. Let's wait almost 10 minutes at a 5-lane intersection that also has a trolley going through it, when we can get to our destination in 3 minutes. I worked at a dialysis clinic and one of the TVs wasn't working properly. It would randomly turn off and you could barely see the screen. It had been looked at around 3 times. But we kept getting told that there was nothing wrong with it. These poor people have to sit there for 4 hours and since they wouldn't replace it. One night while closing I dumped a cup of water into the back of the TV. The TV got replaced. I pronounced GIF because then everyone knows it's wrong. And no one can argue. On Facebook when I wish someone a happy birthday, I always spell it birthday. No one ever comments on it so I just keep doing it. I only eat slightly underripe bananas. People think it's gross. But once the last of the green is gone, I don't like them. I love saying chipotle instead of the correct way. My Spanish speaking girlfriend does not approve. It only reinforces my behavior. I'm right-handed. And I hold the fork in my right hand. When people say how are you doing? I say good. Type. I use one finger on my left hand and all the fingers on my right. And was still one of the fastest at typing in the class. I had to take about it in 10th grade. Teacher tried forcing me to type the right way. I'm pretty good with spelling and grammar. But I absolutely refuse to use the word whom. I hate that word and I couldn't even really tell you why. I make sure all my cereal gets soaked in milk before eating it. I don't understand people who say but it gets soggy. Then why the FCK are you putting it in milk in the first place?